Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ringside Cinema. I am Money Mike, and this Saturday, at Saturday night's main event, Drew McIntyre will once again look to become the WWE Champion as he will take on Cody Rhodes. And in the changing landscape that is SmackDown, and you look at what SmackDown is doing, where they're trying new things, you have to wonder, is a new WWE champion on the menu for trying new things? Because Cody Rhodes right now has been the same guy since winning the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 40. And yeah, the crowd is kind of not ready to boo him like they were in AEW, but it does feel like maybe it's time for something new. It's time for Cody to start doing other things other than hanging around the WWE Championship picture. And when you look at Drew McIntyre, I think he's the perfect guy that can take the ball from Cody Rhodes and carry that going into WrestleMania season. Now, as I said, the changing landscape of Friday Night SmackDown, they're trying new things. We have a new United States champion. Aleister Black, Zelina Vega have been paired up. You have the MFTs coming in with new face paint that a lot of fans who watch them in Japan, especially the Tongas in Japan, then you know where that face paint came from. They're trying new things to freshen up the show. But there's one constant, and that is Cody Rhodes being the WWE Champion. And I think now, when you look at the changing landscape of SmackDown, it is the perfect time to give SmackDown a new champion. Let Cody Rhodes do something else. The very same way you have Charlotte Flair, who is in the tag team division currently, away from the women's world title picture. You have Rhea Ripley away from the women's world title picture. They're doing different things with the women's top stars that I think now is time to explore for Cody Rhodes. And at the same time, Drew McIntyre is long overdue for a world title win. Now, not counting the 5 minute reign he did have WrestleMania 40, where he lost the title via cash in by Damian Priest, it's one of those things where the fans, I think, want to see Drew atop of the card. They want to see him as world champion. And I think this Saturday night's main event, we have a chance to give the fans what they want in Drew McIntyre finally being the champion. And again, you have to remember, Drew McIntyre, when he first won the WWE Championship, that was in front of zero fans. So for Drew McIntyre, this would be 5 years, 5 long years of redemption for Drew to finally beat Cody Rhodes at Saturday night's main event. And I seen a lot of people talk about the rumored finish that was supposed to have happened at WrestlePalooza, where Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre pitched the idea of Randy Orton getting involved, and Randy Orton accidentally costing Cody Rhodes the championship. I think that's what they need to do here this Saturday, because you do go into Survivor Series where you could run a triple threat match where Randy Orton accidentally cost Cody Rhodes at Saturday night's main event. Drew McIntyre walks away with the championship. Then there's tension between Cody and Randy, and then Drew can kind of take advantage of that in the triple threat match at Survivor Series and walk away with the title, giving Drew the title through probably the end of the year at that point. Since Saturday night's main event in December is going to be all about John Cena's final match. So this would allow Drew to kind of go into the new year as the champion while you're building up Cody versus Randy for WrestleMania season. On the flip side of things, let's talk about this new aggressive Cody Rhodes that might be showing a little bit of heel tendencies. Because Cody Rhodes is starting to become the Mad King that I think a lot of fans envisioned in terms of him going heel, where he would get desperate to retain his title as the reign went on, and we never really saw that. We did see a WrestleMania this year where Cody Rhodes hesitated to use the championship against John Cena. John Cena did not hesitate. He used the championship against Cody Rhodes. But we did see Cody Rhodes. He didn't hesitate on Smackdown last week when Drew McIntyre went to the outside to go and grab Cody Rhodes. Cody hit him with the championship, leading to a disqualification. And it seems as if Cody is trying to divert attention away from something else. Now, we know Jacob Fatu, he was attacked backstage. And Cody Rhodes seemingly is like, hey, Drew, I know it was you. And he's pointing at him and stuff. Should Cody Rhodes have been the attacker? There's some people saying maybe Randy Orton. Jacob Fatu, I think he had some teeth knocked out or something. So it makes kind of sense that Randy Orton maybe punted Jacob Fatu and caused him to lose his teeth or whatever. But, it kind of makes sense from that perspective that maybe that's how you start the Randy Orton heel turn, with Randy taking out Jacob Fatu, who is loved by everyone else and by the fans. So it would make a lot of sense in that regard. But Cody Rhodes talking about how he wants to fight Jacob Fatu only to turn around and potentially be the guy to take him out because he's worried about losing to him is that Mad King aspect, again, where he's desperate to retain the championship. So now he's going after his competitors, trying to take them out so he doesn't have to face them. And so, what are we going to see at Saturday night's main event? Are we going to see Cody Rhodes maybe try to cheat his way in order to retain the championship? Are we going to see potentially Randy Orton get involved? Are we going to see Drew McIntyre just win clean? Is Drew just going to win clean over Cody Rhodes? Because again, you kind of go back to Crown Jewel. He lost to Seth Rollins, and seemingly he hasn't been the same since. So, is this one of those things where maybe this is going to be Cody's downward spiral, where he's going to go on a losing streak, and maybe losing to Seth Rollins is what set him off? Because now he's going to become desperate to retain and cling to that championship until he can no longer do that. Maybe it's just me, but I think if you have the dynamic of heel Cody versus babyface Randy Orton, I think that would be a lot better than just the typical, heel Randy Orton, babyface Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. The dynamics of heel Cody versus babyface Orton, I think runs a lot better at this stage. We've been wondering, when will this feud happen? And I even talked about this. I made a short about it. There's Randy keeps looking at the championship, and it's how much longer are you going to keep looking at the championship? Are we finally going to get the feud? And you have to wonder, is there even going to be a championship to feud over? And I've seen a lot of fans, it needs a championship. it needs to have the championship. It's like, oh, Randy versus Cody needs to be for the title. Well, we just had Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, three guys, three main eventers in a triple threat match in this year's WrestleMania with no title on the line. Unless you want to count Paul Heyman as a championship, like Seth Rollins has won the Paul Heyman, I don't know. That's some 2K25 stuff right there. But we had three main eventers in CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, no title on the line, just a personal feud, a history with between all three men in one match. So why couldn't Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes be a non-title match? Because this does open the door for, say, Drew McIntyre to go into WrestleMania next year as champion and potentially face, Sami Zayn. He's no longer the United States champion. Maybe an LA Knight, on CM Punk. We can revisit that feud if he doesn't win the world title this Saturday against Jey Uso. There's a lot more things you can do with WrestleMania if you have Drew McIntyre as champion and you kind of have Cody and Randy doing their own thing away from the championship. So I think in the forever changing landscape, that is SmackDown, and I commend SmackDown for trying new things, trying different things to see what works, what doesn't work, and again, go back to giving people their old theme songs back. Can we get Broken Dreams? I mean, look, it's coming to 2K25. We're getting a younger version of Drew McIntyre in WWE 2K25. That is going to come with the Broken Dreams theme song. So can we please just bring that back to WTV? It kind of works in the storyline with Drew and Cody where he's, finishing the story and all this stuff has been a dream. Now he's going to break the dream or whatever. I don't know. That sounded a lot better in my head. But yeah, SmackDown is forever has been on a roll with their creative changes. And I think that they need to put a stamp on that this Saturday with Drew McIntyre finally winning the WWE Championship. It is long overdue. A long overdue world title run for Drew McIntyre is the best way to go into Survivor Series. Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think? Should Drew McIntyre win this Saturday night main event? Should Cody Rhodes retain? Should we continue to see Cody go down the Mad King route and continue finding ways to cheat his way to retaining the title? Should Randy Orton get involved? Leave a comment below. I've been your host, Money Mike, and you've been watching Ringside Cinema.